This is Chelsea Willis with RebelSaga.com. We are here with Robert from Hack and Slash Games. He's here to promote his new game on Kickstarter. How are you today?
I'm doing great.
Can you tell us about the new game that's coming out? It's an expansion.
It is a standalone, but is also fully compatible with the previous game. So the Kickstarter is Ophidian 2360, and the previous game is Ophidian 2350. It's just a little timeline change.
And can you give us any concept of the game?
Absolutely. So the game is all about gladiator combat. Specifically, it's about an entire universe with all different places and planets, and they take their best and brightest gladiators and put them in an arena. So in that aspect, this is a multi-genre game because you could have a karate guy fighting a robot, fighting an alien, fighting a mystic. So you have all of it. Steampunk, mystical, modern age, all of that. It's all in one big game. So all about gladiator combat. You're going to have a team of gladiators on your table on two sides. And then both players are going to have a hand of cards that they can play both on their side and on the opponent's.
And how do you win the game?
So obviously, total elimination, that's the easiest way to do it. You kill all the other ones or they kill you. There's also victory points on the gladiators, and there are certain victory conditions that you can do. So if you, at the end of the fourth wave, if you have more victory points killed, then that counts as a win. First person to 12 victory points counts as a win. But we have actually two unique mechanics with this game. Number one is that we don't use turns in this game. Most card games are you play this, I play that, it's a back and forth. This game is all about the momentum. So the cards themselves have actions on them that tell you whether they're positive actions, negative actions, responses to different things. And so it's highly strategic in that you have to figure out when to play your cards, and you can play many cards in a row. So you can kind of like make a train of events, similar to in combat games when you have like combinations, like in the old video games, where they double backflip and all that kind of stuff. Also, there's a mechanic called cheer, which is, since you're a gladiator fighting in an arena, the things that you do in the arena will influence the crowd. And if the crowd likes you, the crowd will cheer and help you win. There's actually a mechanic where if you earn 15 cheer, the crowd comes out of the stands, tramples, and kills your opponents, regardless of where you are in the game.
And you were telling us earlier about some exciting news with the company and with the games that y'all are developing.
Yep. So Hack and Slash Games, originally we started off in early March of this year, and this was a huge project. The Ophidian brand, there's actually a long history about it, which if you go to the current issue of Game Trade magazine, we've got a 2-page article written up about us. Also on our website, hackandslashgames.com, you can find out about it. But we originally started off as kind of a one-game company. But we actually are in the process of negotiating 3 separate licenses. So by this time next year, we'll be a 4-game company. So we're looking at Raw Deal, which is a WWE or wrestling-based card game. We're looking at Myths and Legends, which is a card game that was and still is in direct competition with Magic the Gathering. And we're also looking at Conan, which is a card game that's also been really popular. The Conan Kickstarter for the board game did like 2.5 million, so we're hoping that the same fans will also enjoy a Conan card game as well.
And how much money have y'all raised so far, and how much are y'all looking to raise for the 2360?
So flat out, I have invested about $25,000 of my own money. Our artists alone are over $14,000 in artist, what we're paying the artist. We're commissioning over 100 pieces of art, unique pieces of art for this game. So none of this repeating and using the same thing over and over again and using the same cards over and over again. A lot of uniqueness to the game. Yeah, so these are different sketches. The original 2350 game had about 15 artists. We went back to the best of the best. People like John Moriarty, Michael Cunningham, many of these guys are now doing a workforce now. You can see some of the incredible artwork here. Like I said, we have a really huge art budget. The original game was one of the few games that earned a 5-star rating in Scry, a magazine that doesn't exist anymore. But the only thing they had negative to say about it, the original game, was the art. So we wanted to make sure that when we did this game, that we brought the art to a whole new level, and that's exactly what we've done. When you see the art in here, it's going to blow you away. Art on the card is going to blow you away. The templates are going to really knock your socks off. And of course, the gameplay was 5 stars before. It's 5 stars now, and we think you're really going to like it. We only launched a Kickstarter last night, a lot later than we would have liked. We're hoping for about an $18,000, to get funded, to print a minimum of around 7,000, of these decks. But we've got a lot of great things going on. Our Kickstarter is also different in the fact that we have retailer Kickstarters. So we have where retailers can come in and purchase now at a discounted rate, so they're getting a very good rate, and so they'll be able to actually sell it to their players. We are highly supportive of the game stores, highly supportive of it. I used to be a game store owner myself, so we're not utilizing Kickstarter as a way to end run around the distributors. We want to be able to bring this product to the game stores and support the people that have supported us all these years.
Well, that's always nice. You always want to support the people that support you and help them. And you told us earlier off screen about some holographic technology that might be coming. Can you tell us more about that?
So Myths and Legends is, again, this is a card game that's actually in Spanish. It's produced by a company called Clue, and it's currently selling in Chile, Peru, and Mexico. It is an extremely popular game, been around for over 10 years. It was launched a very similar time when Magic was. Magic's patent is no longer any good, and so we're able to bring this game back into the United States. And it is currently using the latest in card printing technology. Some of the really unique things, you're going to see raised backs on them on the back. You're going to see prismatic foil, multiple layers of foil, thickness of cards. To be honest with you, these cards are absolutely brilliant. You guys are really going to like them. They're a next level above what you're seeing out there in the marketplace, and we think people are going to really like them.
And right now y'all are playing the 2350. Did you want to explain some of the game mechanics to fans?
Well, these are some of the new cards that we've got for the 2360 expansion. And then this is a really nice playmat that we have. So as you can see, kind of everything on the playmat. There's a place to put your guys. There's a credit point place for resource management. There's a cheer place to keep track of that cheer points. Your position in the field of battle in the action or support field will depend on how you actually set up and attack your opponent. They would normally have a playmat opposite you so that you would be attacking them. We only have one person sitting here. It's kind of hard to demo a two-player game, but basically what would happen is you would move your people forward, set them in a position, and declare an attack on your opponent. Based on their field or where they're at on the field, they could choose to take the damage, or they could choose to jump in front of their teammates and take the damage that way, and thereby generate cheer. There's a rage mechanic on here where the people can become berserk, where they can't retreat, or where they can do more than one action. It's a very highly strategic game. The original game had 242 cards, so it's a lot of variety. We're going to add another 100 cards on top of that. So that's close to 350 cards. Bonuses and stretch goals, that's what I was looking for. With the stretch goals, we hope to add additional cards as well. And that's really what's going to make this game unique is the variety, the strategic component behind it. And again, this is not a game for dummies. It was originally marketed in the 8 and up, but realistically probably should be around 12 or 13 because there's a lot of mechanics here. Resource mechanics, monetary mechanics. There's 6 different disciplines. They each have a different method of playing, and then the cards themselves are strategic in where they are on the field.
I know that you mentioned some stretch goals about adding cards. Are there any other stretch goals that you would like to be able to meet that goal and add them to the game?
Yeah, we've got some really great stuff out there. First of all, the playmats we have now, we're going to have at least 4 different types of playmats. We're going to have custom rage tokens. Right now, we're kind of like using these little blood splatters to indicate when the gladiator is berserk. So we have laser cut custom rage tokens. But let me also take a minute to talk to you about the fact that I'm a veteran. And one of the most important things about this Kickstarter, and I'm going to stress this is really important. So all these other Kickstarters out there, they're all being produced in China, and we're not. In fact, we're a Texas company with Texas artists producing this game right here in the United States in Texas. And that's real important. It gives us better quality control. And if you've ever backed anything in Kickstarter, because I've backed like 30 projects, you're not going to be waiting no year and a half to get your cheaper product. You don't got to worry about Chinese New Year, labor strikes in China, flooding in China, none of that stuff. Because we're right here. In fact, we're actually printing the cards at Carta Monday in Dallas, Texas, less than 3 hours from here. So again, U.S. game, United States production, global distribution. And also, because I'm a veteran, part of our goals is you can actually back this game, and we will send this game to veterans deployed overseas.
That is amazing. Supporting your local businesses is very important, and I know that you stressed earlier about people getting the credit that they deserve, and our veterans are one of those people that deserve to get as much credit, if not more, than anybody else. But is there anyone else that you would like to thank or give any shout outs to?
Absolutely. So I'm going to give a big shout out to Jason Robinette. He is the VP of Marketing and Design. He has been one of the people that's made this game very successful. His knowledge and industry, he's been in the industry over 20 years, has helped put us on the map, and we are really, really happy to have him on our team. He's one of our top players.
Anyone that's out there developing a game, will you have any advice for them in their development and in their Kickstarter phases?
Developing is a huge talk. We go on for quite a while, but I can say, as far as Kickstarter goes, for us, we started in Alcon a year ago. Since Alcon, we've probably done 10 different conventions. We went to Board Game Geek Con in 2015 and gave out 2,500 copies of this game. We've been hitting people on social media. We've been going to all the Comic Cons. It's been a real slog fest. I got to tell you, it's not the easiest thing. These conventions are very taxing, especially if you're going for 2 and 3 days at a time. Carrying a lot of equipment and gear and everything. It's not as easy as it looks. And then social media is a huge presence. In addition to producing games and selling games, we are gamers in general. All the people involved in this company. So if you go to our website, we're not just out there working our product. We have a YouTube channel where we review and talk about other games. We're big into geek culture. We're partners with other YouTubers who are also big into geek culture. So it's a very circular thing where everybody's kind of helping everybody out. The bottom line is geek culture has come a long way from where it used to back when I was younger, and we're really happy to be a part of this movement.
Thank you. Ophidian 2360, supporting your veterans and your local businesses. Check it out on Kickstarter and make sure that it gets funded. Thank you, and keep it epically real.
I'll see you in the arena.